here. Happy Monday. I'm eating lunch as I'm going to be going live today because I don't have a lot of time. I got meetings. So I wanted to stick with the program and be able to go live. Oh, shoot. I'm going to have to cut the live even shorter because I just remembered when we have meetings, unless, we'll see. Hey, Jay. Welcome to the live. So, I was just saying that I have a meeting today at 2 o'clock on the dot. And I just realized, what's up, Danielle? Thank you. What is that? Danielle said 100. 100 what? $100? Thank you, Danielle. What's up, Jason? How are you? Welcome to the live. And I just realized or remembered that I don't have on the proper attire for a meeting. So I'm over here. Do I have? I got some clothes over here that I'm trying to get rid of. Supreme, first of all, don't come into my live with no BS, because you know how you like to time people out. You know what I'm saying? I won't pussyfoot around. I will do it expeditiously, and it won't be 10 seconds either. Oh, said, I wish you would stick to a schedule. Uh, I do stick to a schedule. Thank you very much. You just did for me, so I don't have to. But I can spell it. Thank you very much. And I ain't got to prove that to you, child. You know, people that be getting all up in arms when people be like, spell it or whatever. It's because they really can't read. And they don't want nobody to find out. But I could read. I'm pretty smart, you know. I can make it in this world. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even reading the chat. Let me read it to y'all for those watching the replay. Supreme came into the chat being rude, talking about, I wish you would stick to a solid schedule. You be all over the place. I can't even support correctly. That's Supreme being a hater. When he know goddamn well I am the most consistent person he has ever met in his life. I was eating my lunch, but it's really good. But it doesn't look the best, and I'm being hood today. I'm eating right out of the little storage container, and they say you shouldn't warm stuff up in these. I'm living on the edge. So what I made is some cauliflower. Cauliflower rice is my go-to, guys, when I want to make something quick. And this has chicken in it. It has shrimp, peppers, onions. It tastes really good. I made it spicy, so it's like it got a little kick. But it's really good. Like, Supreme said, "What's up, Jen? I'm hanging out at a homeless shelter for a minute. Why?" Supreme said, "My wife is the most consistent person I've ever met in my life. Thank you very much." Yeah, because we haven't officially met. But I'm consistent as a motherfucker. Okay. Hi, Foodie. How you doing? Jay said, I'm driving, but I'm here. So, all right, guys, let me get to it because I don't have a lot of time. I saw something that made me be like, oh, that's messed up. Okay, and you guys tell me what you think. So I'm actually going to stick to the topic today. Well, kind of. So my title says get a job, and I have the eyeballs. Those eyeballs, guys, when you see those, when I put them in the chat, they can mean a variety of things. It could mean I see you, we see each other. It could mean that. It could mean I'm being nosy. It could mean I got the tea. Whatever. But in this instance, Tabitha Brown, do you guys know who that is? I'm pretty sure some of you do, but maybe not all. So Tabitha Brown is a content creator that did what every single content creator, I don't care what y'all want to say, that did what every single content creator would love to do. She became a household name. She was able to take her TikTok career, her TikTok videos to Target, child. So annoying. Sorry, guys. That's so annoying to me. She was able to take her career. Can y'all hear me now? Just put a one in the chat before I continue. Oh, she got Whole Foods too, child? Oh my goodness. So yes. So she was able to take it. Thank you, Jay. From TikTok videos. Oh, but you know what? I think Whole Foods, or maybe she did get a deal with them, because I think she was eating a Whole Foods sandwich in the car and that video blew up. That was her first one to blow up, I think. So, okay, so yeah. So, anyway, so she was able to take, I'll just say this. She was able to take her career from social media to the mainstream, right? She did well. Like, and her message is she's all about veganism, all about eating well, all about taking care of yourself, all about believing in yourself, that those types of positive messages, right? And you see, this is the thing. When you start with a certain type of message, people don't want to see you step outside of that. People can't take you stepping outside of that, especially now that you've become successful. Once you become successful, guys, remember, never ever forget that I be telling y'all this. We want the success, but get ready for that backlash that comes with it. Because people are up in arms because this lady told them to get a job. Basically, what she was saying is there's a lot of entrepreneurs or so-called entrepreneurs out here that the business ain't businessing. The money isn't coming in the way that it should. You're not seeing the success that would still allow you, right, to only have your business going for you, right? So what she was saying is it's time to reevaluate. She didn't say quit your dream. She didn't say that at all. She just said reevaluate and go get you a job. People took that same message with her nice calm tone. She didn't say anything crazy. And they're going crazy over this. Like, they're like, this lady has lost touch with her base. She don't know what she's talking about. I can't believe she said something like this. But the reality is she's telling the truth. Like, if it's not working, maybe you need a job. It's not saying you can't still work on your dream after work, which sucks. Because believe me, guys, if I could, I would only work on my business full time. That's what I would do. But unfortunately, we got bills. You know what I mean? We got bills, and that's what it is. Like, you still have to work. You still have to make a living. But that doesn't mean that you have to stop pursuing your dreams or pursuing your goals. Hi, Damo. Welcome, Damo. Danielle said a lot of times people hear what they want to hear. Yep. And she has worked for years in between her and her husband trying to get the dream to fruition. Yes, 100%. And that's what she's saying, because she had the dream a long time ago to become an actress. Like, that was her initial thing. She wanted to be an actress. And she went on a lot of auditions. It didn't quite work out for her. So she had to work a regular job. She had to work a regular job. And that's not saying give up on your dreams. It's just saying tap into reality. Tap in. Because you guys, we can get misguided by a lot of these influencers or a lot of like talk pieces and all of that telling you that you're a sucker if you have a 9 to 5 and you need to be an entrepreneur. Yes, that would be a lovely life if you can handle it, because honestly, if you're an entrepreneur, let's say your channel blows up or your idea blows up, do you have the dedication and discipline to create your own schedule, to create your own structure, because you no longer have a job. You don't have to show up for something at a certain time. All you have to do is create content. I see this very often with people that I've seen grow on YouTube and grow on other social media platforms that became full-time content creators. After time, their content becomes very lazy. They become complacent. They're putting out the same thing, or even just, I can't even say the same thing. Their content is decreasing over time because they get so complacent with that not having to work. I believe there's power in a structure. Having structure, having something to do, somewhere to be, somewhere to show up to, and having to answer to someone else. Not everybody has that ability to be their own boss. How about that? Everybody want to be the boss, but all of y'all can't be the boss. You don't know what it takes, and you don't have the wherewithal to be a boss. You stop right now talking about, I need a break. Life is lifing. I needed to take some time for me. And you ain't even your business isn't even a six-figure business yet. And you need to break. If you are going to be an entrepreneur for real, you can take time every once in a blue moon, but getting it off the ground, you're going to need to grind. Child. Danielle says she didn't even say it like that. I watched the entire video. I watched her, because what I saw first were people saying, oh, Tabitha is out of her mind. I saw that first. I was like, let me go back to the source and see the video that she put up. So I went and watched the video, and I was like, it's got to be a mental illness for someone to be talking straight, slowly, purposefully, telling you that you're working towards this dream. It's not quite working. Your bills are piling up. You owe everybody money. It might be time to look for steady work. She didn't say nothing about killing your dreams. She didn't say anything about you won't be able to do it. And people have taken it all the way left. But that illustrates a point that people are going to, like Danielle said, hear what they want to hear. And even if your message, you mean well with your message, some people just aren't going to like it. They're going to think that you're coming for them, you're attacking them. I know I get that a lot because of what I talk about. And it is a very sensitive topic, talking about fitness, talking about wellness, talking about what you're eating. So I felt that energy as well. And not on the scale that she has, of course, but I understand it. And I also understand that when you succeed and you get to a certain level, people are going to clap for you, but then it's a countdown to when they're going to start stomping on you. It's a countdown to that time, because I don't know if what causes the energy to shift, but it's going to shift. And everybody isn't going to clap for you no more. And everything you say, whereas you could have said the same thing years ago, all of a sudden, everything you say is, oh, she thinks she better than us. No, you think. No, sweetheart. You think. Projection, honey. Hey, what up, Fee? Jay said, you know how people do. Yes, I do. I do for sure. People are, Hi, Yvette. Welcome to the live, guys. But whenever I see stuff like that, and someone like a Tabitha Brown, who was completely like a media darling, like a social media darling, especially in the Black community, what I personally think is like, the initial hate train for her started with the Target issue. Like when Target, when everybody started banning Target, and she still had products at Target, and she would say, hey guys, can you please just go to Target and buy my stuff? People ain't like that. And now she's telling y'all to get a job. The nerve of her. Lord. But I think she has tough skin, so I think she'll be fine. But it's just really interesting to see. Hey, Tina. It's just really interesting to see how people can take a message, someone clearly stating the facts that if you were an entrepreneur, and a lot of that happened during 2020, during the pandemic, because a lot of folks either lost their job or whatever, and a lot of people were at home. We all know, we were there. You was there, right? And a lot of people were successful in their business at that time because everybody was home and they had nowhere else to spend their money, so they were spending it online. But after the pandemic, were you able to shift and continue your business post pandemic? Maybe not. So, what she's saying is maybe it's time to reevaluate your situation, get a job, regroup, work on your business on the side, which is what most of us do. Most of us have a full time job and work on their YouTube situation on the side. And I know most of us would love to be able to do it full time. I know. What would I? But then when I say that out loud, the back of my mind is like, okay, if I honestly, like, if my channel got to that stage, right, where I could work on YouTube full time, I would still need something else. Well, I do still have something else, my fitness stuff. But I would need that because I still need to show up somewhere, and I still need to have structure and still need to answer to someone. There's something to that, guys. There's something to having structure. And I'm not saying that you always have to keep your full-time job. Maybe if you do have a business idea and it does take off, you can do that full-time, but keep that in mind about having that structure source and not structure source source, and not allow yourself to like fall into a rut and start sleeping super late or staying up super late because you don't have to wake up for a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, still give yourself a schedule. But I thought that was really interesting. I really did. I don't know if you guys heard about this or saw it today, but that was something that it just brought up so many different emotions. One, people hear what they want to hear. Two, it's when you blow up, it's the countdown to when people start stepping on your neck. It's lonely at the top. More money, more problems. All of the above, child. Like, people clap for you. Oh, Tabitha, we love your husband and we love you, Tabitha. And then she tell you how to get a job, and now everybody hate her. Oh, Lord, you can't tell people the truth. More money, more problems, child, for real. More money, more problems, more attention, more problems. If people perceive that you have more money, more problems. If you succeed in any way and it's something that other people struggle with, more problems. I don't know where it comes from, guys, but if I don't talk about this, I would be doing a disservice. Like, we want to succeed, you want to do well, but a lot of people do not consider that everybody's not always gonna clap for you, and they don't do well with it. Like our girl, my girl. I don't know if y'all like her, but I like Cardi B. I respect her hustle. Oh my God, when she came out, she was the media darling. Everybody loved Cardi B. They loved Cardi B. Bodak Yellow. They were like, oh my God, she's number one. She came from loving hip hop, and now look at her. She's doing an amazing job. They even called her the Cinderella story. They bigged that girl up. But now, child, that hate train started, and I don't think she does well with the criticism. So how do you guys think that you would do with criticism? Like, I'm talking about a lot of public scrutiny. Would you be able to handle it? I don't know. I really can't say. I'm not going to be one of those people that be like, nothing would bother me and everything would be good and I can handle it. I got tough skin. I think I have tough skin, but I won't know until it happens. Right? You won't know until it happens, and you have a lot of pressure on you, and you have, now the pressure is different. So you've had the success, and now you got to keep it. Because ain't nobody on this live right now wants to blow up, make a bunch of money, and then go back to being broke. You don't want to go back to being broke. So that pressure, I don't know what that feels like. I don't know what it feels like to get a windfall and then have that pressure of never being broke again. But when I think of it, I think of a person like a Dame Dash that was doing really, really well with Rockefeller, and he recently filed for bankruptcy. I wonder, even though when people are like in a different tax bracket and they file for bankruptcy, it doesn't mean that he's destitute and homeless. It just means that his debts outweigh what he's able to pay. You know what I'm saying? Let me read the chat. Y'all talking a little bit. Y'all chatting a little bit. Fee said, I will probably shut down and step away. You will step away when, Fee? Like if your channel, let's say tomorrow you have a viral video and it blows up and it takes you over the top, you get monetized and YouTube is gonna send you a big old check, right? You would step away? You can't step away. The momentum, child. Damo said, what you said, bestie, more money, more problems, for real. Jay said, hi, Jason. Jason said, I had it before. I let it go through one ear. I had it before. I let it go through one ear and out the other. You had what before? People talking about you? Yeah. I mean, we've all had people talk about us. Is that what you mean? I'm not sure what you mean, Jason. I'm sorry. Damo said, I think I can handle social media, but I don't think I would even want to. Damo said, unless I had to future my career or further, you meant my career or something. Yeah. Jason said, I've always been the type. I always work hard and save my money. Word. Fee said, not for my money, just a few days. Yeah. Yeah, I've had a lot of I've had a lot of times where even in my little old life where people just I don't want to use the word hate. But to me that sounds so dismissive. But when okay. And jealousy too, but I've had experiences, right? And it's like, I think what happens is people like some folks, they're waiting for you to fail, and then they get impatient because you're not failing yet. Like, why haven't you fallen yet? And then I think that turns into hate. I'm using the word hate because it's a universal term everybody can understand, but it's a lot deeper than that. It's not just like surface hate. It's deeper than that. Jason said, if you let social media get to you, it's something wrong with you personal. To let someone sit behind a computer screen scare you. True that. But you know what, Jason? Did I say lunch? Oh, my bad. My bad. But anyway, so what I think when people really get like triggered by what people line, I think it's just because the person is speaking to their insecurities. Whatever their insecurity is, I think that's what's happening. And I think they hone in on that. I think that's what happens. So I don't know if it's necessarily the person behind the computer screen or what that person said. There's not everybody is not going to understand that, and everybody's not going to get triggered by everything that a troll says or a negative comment, but someone could really tap into insecurity or something, and that could be the thing that triggers you. So I don't know if it's necessarily like just the person behind the screen, because most of the time, who cares what they say, right? But then there's going to be something that somebody says that may trigger you. And I hear this a lot, especially with my community of people. Everybody's a content creator. I hear this a lot. I got tough skin. Ain't nobody gonna bother. Ain't no troll. I eat the trolls for breakfast and da 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 da. I hear you. I hear it. I get it. But at the same time, it may not be like a traditional troll that says something that triggers you. And if you're a human being, there's somebody gonna say something at some point that's gonna trigger you. What's up, Stas? Stas and Coach. Supreme said, "Do you think we're lying?" I don't think. I think so. When it comes to trolls, like random trolls on here, or it could be a random troll, or it could be somebody that just created another account and talking shit about you. Who knows? But it looks random online, right? Do I think that you're lying, that the trolls don't bother you at all? No, I don't. Some people, it might not bother them, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is something that someone says, it may or may not be a troll, is going to trigger you at some point on social media. Tell me I'm lying. And if you are, I don't want to go back there, but child, people get triggered on this platform, okay? Hi, Sam. How are you? So what I'm really, like, the point of what I'm saying, though, guys, the point of what I'm saying is when I think about success, first I started talking about Tabitha. Talking about, what's up, K Money? What's goody? Yes, Jay. People do get triggered, and that's okay. I think we spend a lot of time trying to create this unbothered, nothing bothers me human being, but the reality is that just isn't true. That's not true. You are going to, something is going to trigger you at some point. So the point of what I'm saying is taking it back to Miss Tabitha and her crushing everybody's dreams, telling them to get a job. If your goal is content creation and adjacent, okay. So wait, if your goal is content creation and all of the adjacent things, just be mindful of that, and just keep that in the back of your mind. Maybe have, like, if you have support systems in place, like people that you can vent to before you just hit live. Just think about that, as you're doing your thing and as you're moving along with your journey. And then if there's a time where you thought you were helping people and they don't take it in the right way, you gotta eat that. That's gonna happen too. As people twist your words, like right now, I'm saying, I think I'm speaking clearly, but there's gonna be somebody in the chat that's gonna not get it, or someone that watches this after the fact that gets something totally different than what I'm saying. It's the way, it's like communication can get lost sometimes. Supreme said, with me, it's all content. Jay said, they do get triggered. Sam said, I'm you, love. Okay. So, thank you for being here, Sam. Thank you. Stas said, K Money was good. Jay was good. Supreme said, let me clarify. Wait, hold on. Let me clarify. Nothing nobody has ever said online affects me offline. Okay. Tina said, I'm not sure if I can be triggered. So wait, I'm not sure if I can be triggered. You don't ever get triggered, Tina? Wow. That's big. Like, if nothing ever triggers you, I can't say I get triggered by every single thing, but I just can't say I never get triggered. I don't. And I guess it depends. Like, what does triggered mean to you, right? Like, what does it look like? Everybody's version of being triggered, or what it looks like, or how they react is different. Some people go from 0 to 1 million. So For someone else watching, it may seem like they're extremely triggered, but that's really not even the tip of the iceberg for them, because they always take it to the top. Who knows? Or your version of triggered could be like wanting to fight someone or wanting to become aggressive or something. Triggered for me, what does it mean? When I'm triggered, okay, if I'm triggered, then I won't want to speak to them anymore. Like I'll just ice you. Like I guess that's my version of being triggered, child. I don't know. Stash said, my feelings get hurt all the time with trolls. They make me so sad. Shut up, Stash. Jay said, I might have a live sometime during the week, but definitely on Saturday. Supreme said, I get triggered when Jay sends me kiss emojis with crusty lips. Jay said, I don't get triggered easily, but it's not impossible. Right. Tina said, I've experienced a lot in life. My prison, street, and church experiences have exposed me to things that have numbed me to insult. Okay. When I hear that word numb, I think becoming numb is a sign of being triggered. Now, yeah, Jay, you see how I just brushed over that comment because ain't nobody listening to Supreme, child. Talking about crusty lips. Don't he know we use Vaseline? Like, our lips are never crusty. Ever, ever, ever. Okay? When I hear that word numb, Tina, and I guess Danielle can speak more to this because she's the licensed professional in that respect. I think that's a trauma response. Like, you've been hurt so many times you don't even want to feel anymore. But I could be wrong. That word triggers me. Tina just told you she's numb to it and you're trying to turn it into a trigger issue. Jesus, we can't win with you. Oh, Lord, Supreme. No, we can't win with you, Supreme. Being numb to something is, look it up. Look it up. Okay? That's what I hear when I hear when someone says I just went numb. That's what that says to me. Okay? And what's so cool about being an adult, and what's so cool about like having your own YouTube channel is that you can have an opinion about something on your channel. And the other cool thing about YouTube, right, is if you don't like what you're hearing, you can hit that little X and exit out and go somewhere else. That's what you can do. All right? Okay. Tina says, experience and overexposure creates thick skin. Yes. Yes. And we see that a lot in our community. We see a lot of us, I'm talking about Black people, have thick skin. Right? Thick skin. Wait, hold on, y'all. I'm being nosy. Hold on. Whereas we're able to handle more. What? I wish I could tell y'all this, but I can't. I'm buffering, Jay. Sabrina said, mother effort, I ain't going nowhere else. I'm going to stay right here and talk my ish. Do your thing, brother. Stash and coach. You kicking me out because I don't have this skin. I'm fitting to go in the corner and cry. Yeah, I think I have thick skin. I do. I think I have thick skin. But then I think about like, is thick skin a response to trauma? Like, should we have thick skin? Or saying thick skin, like, is that like, because people can say things on like, I have trolls come in sometimes and they can say something to me and I won't get offended. I'll just keep going. But other people will get offended by what a troll says or what a person says or the microaggressions that they hear at work. They might, it doesn't, they can roll it off their back. They can, because they've experienced worse. So that's the correlation I'm making. Because you've experienced worse, you've learned not to respond. So is that a trauma response? And we see that in our people. Like, we have thick skin. We dealt with racism. We've dealt with all of these things so much that when a microaggression happens, we don't fly off the handle because of a microaggression. And a microaggression is like, oh, I didn't know, you're very intelligent, you speak articulately. Like, we hear those things so much that we don't take offense. Well, I can't even say we don't take offense, but we don't react to that, right? But that's insulting, right? A microaggression is still insulting, but we might not respond to that. And now I'm thinking, this is me thinking, right? Is thick skin a trauma response? Danielle, where'd you go? Hey, what's up, A Positive Lifestyle? I am just joining, so I don't know the root of the conversation, but just on the topic of trigger. I believe it. We all get triggered at some point in time. It is all about how we deal with it. Yes. Yes. And I think, is that my girl, Crystal? Happy birthday, Crystal. Happy birthday. Everybody, drop some cakes in the chat. I wish I had that song right now. Cake. Where's my, damn, my laptop is in there. I would have played the what you call version. Cake. Ooh, baby, I like it. It's so exciting. I'ma make you mine. Cake. Hey, where the cakes at, y'all? Put some cakes in the chat for Crystal. Happy birthday, Crystal. You getting old, child. You 45. If I came back wearing a 4-5, it ain't to play games with you. What song is that from? Anyway, you know I'm kidding, right? Please don't take offense. I'm 46, child. I'm older than you, child. So it was a joke. Please. Now, I think Crystal gets I'm joking. Jay said that's a good question. I wonder. Okay. So Tina said, I'm triggered by real life experience, i.e. showing up at my house unannounced. Okay, so you do get triggered. I was using the troll situation as a light kind of example, but I don't only just talk about YouTube. I'm talking about general life, So we do get triggered. Like, I get triggered by somebody showing up at my house unannounced. I get mad as hell. Like, who the hell is that ringing the bell? Like, what? They're supposed to ring the bell? People showing up unannounced, that is not my thing. And that's why in my former job, I always would empathize with families because we would show up at their house. The state is showing up at your house unannounced. Ciao. Hey, Yolanda. Stash said I'm only... Oh, don't get me started on that box again, Stash. I left you alone on that. Don't get me started. Stash said I'm only triggered by whack box. What? That's a whole different conversation. But real quick, Stash, I want you to explain to me what you consider to be whack box. Britt, what's goody? Jay said... Oh, y'all is just blessed. Thank you, guys. I don't know what that means. What do these gifts mean? Like, thank you, guys. Jay says, LOL, Tina, I think that's more of you being annoyed that someone showed up unannounced, unless there's a robber or some shit. Yo, Supreme be getting so mad. Then he gonna go live and Coach always talking bullshit in her lives. Trigger you, don't I, Supreme? Oh, no, because you never get triggered. I don't see a bunch. I need some cakes. Happy birthday, Crystal. Where the cakes at, y'all? I saw somebody. Oh, he said Luke birthday song. He said, how it go? How that song go? Shit. Damn, I forgot. What is that? And it's walking. It's a gift. Oh my God. Thank you, Tina. Tina. What the hell? It was like it came up on the screen. Did y'all see that? Woo, Lord. Tina says, I have learned how to take words and dismiss it as words. I've been pew-pewed before. Now, I'm not laughing at you, Tina. I'm laughing at Supreme and what he just posted. Tina said, I've been pew-pewed before. Wow. People on social media have no actual attachment. With no actual attachments cannot trigger me. Yes. I understand that. Happy birthday, Crystal. Stash. Hey, Stash. Luke birthday song. I can't remember how that song go. Stash said, happy birthday again, Crystal. Yes. Supreme says, Tina play act like they don't understand. That's the only thing that triggers me. Just that said I was looking for my cake emojis. If you type it in the search bar, it'll pop right up. I embrace my age. That's right, child. Me too. Supreme, I don't know why you sending me doo-doo. I got something to say about that, but I'm gonna be nice, okay? That's right, Stash. That's Jay-Z. When I was 44, that was my favorite because I could recite Biggie Smalls lyrics. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. You gotta have fun when you get older, y'all. You gotta have fun with it. All y'all young people, you little 20s-year-olds and your 30s, have fun with it because before you know it, you're 46, then 50, child. So enjoy it, embrace your age. Every year that we live, thank God for that. Amen. Supreme said, I know this is going to be taken the wrong way. Wait, hold on. I know this is going to be taken the wrong way, so I don't even care. I'm not going to preface it. Sometimes, and I mean sometimes, it almost seems like people want you to have this trauma response to everything so bad that it's not normal to be normal. Does that trigger you, Supreme? Oh. Oh, Jason said, don't nobody come and visit me. I like it that way, though. You want people to visit you? When people come to your house, they expect you to cook. I don't like to cook. We're going to order out. I'll meet my friends out rather than everybody come to my house. That gives me anxiety. I don't know what that is. I think because the way that I grew up with, like in a very quiet house. Like my house, my parents had visitors and stuff and guests, but we were always taught that our home was like our sanctuary, and you don't just have everybody running through your house. You don't invite everybody to your house. You don't invite everyone inside. So now that I have my own, I don't want to invite, and not to say my friends aren't, people that should be here, but I don't know. I've just developed this thing where I like my house to be my sanctuary. And when I'm home, I don't like to host. I don't know, is that mean? Or is that just me having a boundary? Let me know. How many of y'all like to do that? Y'all like to host people and have people in your house and all of that? Supreme said, people make trauma their whole identity. It's sickening and miserable. Supreme, you know what? You're entitled to your... There's nothing you can do. That's how you think. That's how you feel. You're 100% entitled to that. And I agree to a certain extent that there are people that trauma dump and take their trauma and wear it as a badge. Yes. But at the same time, people are also, it is also perfectly okay for people not to be as evolved yet and not be able to move past the trauma. It takes time depending on what you've been through. I always tell y'all this. I thank God above that I have the mindset that I have, and that I've been able to move, well, I can't say past. I've been able to live through my personal traumas, right? And I've been able to like still live and still be positive and still all of the things. And I don't like wear it as a badge on my sleeve, even though I talk about it often. I don't know if that makes any sense. But there are other people that are not able to do that. And I can't condemn them for that. Everybody doesn't have the same resolve. And Tina, P.S., not to seem, I know you don't get triggered, but still, just not to seem insensitive about what happened to you. I hope that I didn't come across like that. I was really laughing at this crazy man Supreme and him sending me doo-doo online. A Positive Lifestyle said, Tina Mo, that's how we are all different. Someone shows up unannounced does not trigger me. I just don't open the door and I'm cool and calm as ever. Anyone knows me will never show up. You just don't answer the door. Yeah, I don't answer the door either, child, but I can't tell you I don't get annoyed. I'll be like, who there at the door? But I don't say that out loud, but I'm like, do we? So I guess annoyed is probably better. Ooh, Leon Hart. Ooh, I do. Thank you, Leon. Leon said you look like dark, wet dreams. Do I? What kind of wet dream? How wet does it get, Leon? Oh, Supreme said I said shit emoji. Yo, Stash said laughing my ass off. I love you too, Stash. You my boy. But I don't know what I said that made y'all laugh, but child. Jason said, yes, I enjoy cooking and grilling. Ooh, I like to eat cooking and grilling. What's up? No. Jason said, yes, I would love to go out to eat more, but I love to cook for family. Oh, you do? You like to cook, Jay? Let me guess what Jay's favorite thing to cook is. Pasta. I just bought a new home. I want people to come over. Word, Jason? Stas said, nah, I don't like people in my crib unless I'm shooting Welcome to the Vibe live stream again. So, you still ain't to answer my question, Stash. What is whack box? Please explain. This dude said, y'all can only come over if you coming for the live stream or I'm getting some box. That's it. But wait, before y'all get the box, right? Didn't you say, Stash, before you get the box, you like to go to the clinic? So you take the clinic first, then you go to your house. Supreme said, my comment was blocked. I didn't even see it. Ooh. Jay said, I'd like to host a fish fry. Ooh, a fish fry and barbecue. Speaking of fish fry, when I was in, where was I? North Carolina? When we went to the family reunion, yo, that fish that they had at that family reunion. That was delicious. Stash said, don't come to my house unless you giving it up or you going on live. Supreme said, I said, listen. I understand trauma is real. For example, you lost your child, real trauma. But you have to understand what I'm talking about, coach. How often do you get... Look! Oh my God! How often? So Jay put the oh my God! How often do you get presents, Stash? She said. Stash said, "I don't get presents, Jay. I get box." Oh wait, we gotta have a wait. Hold on, Stash. Yep. Yo, Supreme over there crashing out. Jesus, YouTube. Stat said, but I'm in a drought right now. It's been a minute, unfortunately. When was the last time? Oh, it was like it wasn't that long because that girl you mentioned somebody. Mm-hmm. It's like a couple months, like maybe like 2 months ago. The girl you took to the clinic, remember? Here we go, Supreme. And just to be clear, I'm not talking about nobody in this chat. And yes, I see everybody in this damn chat. Jay said, laugh at my asshole. I love pasta chow. You already, yep. Don't you know damn well what is Whackbox? Jesus, why are you seriously acting oblivious? Blowed out beef curtains? Oh, Jason said, hell nah. I like to grill steak, mashed potatoes, fried okra with these telemarketers. Not even telemarketers, with these scammers. They calling me nonstop about some fake behind car coverage. Leave me alone. Okay? Jay said, hell no, I like to grill steak, make mashed potatoes, fried okra, sweet potatoes, cornbread. Where you live at again, Jay? Alabama? You from the South, talking like that. Stash said that. Well, see, I be paying attention. That was a one-time situation. I did that when the first date was to the clinic. Yo, that's crazy. Like, yo, I want to take you out, shorty. Where we going? Where we going? How should I dress? Well, we going to the clinic. So wear something comfortable that you can slip off. What? First date to the clinic. And then we gonna get a slice of pizza. Woo! Sabrina said, I get triggered when you don't pay your internet bill. Shut up. Mississippi. That sounds like some good old down south food. Cornbread, mashed potato, fried okra, sweet potato. Child. Dang, I gotta go, y'all. Jay, bring your ass to my house and cook for me. Work, make us some pasta. That pizza gonna be $1 pizza too. I ain't reading that, Supreme. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go put on work attire because this ain't gonna cut it. And I have a meeting in 5 minutes. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate y'all. We had a fabulous time just shooting this. You know what? If you want to see the full video that I talked about in the beginning of Tabitha Brown, just type it in. Type in her name and type in get job and it'll pop right up. Thank you guys. And Jason, thank you so much because now I want cornbread. Thank you. You know? And I can't get cornbread around here. I ain't cooking cornbread. See what you've done? And some fried fish. That would be delicious. But instead, I'll just settle for my cauliflower rice that's sitting over there. I ain't gonna eat the rest of that right now. Maybe later. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. And Stas said I'm gonna hold you to that, Jay. So, and when you doing all of this cooking for people, I won't be there. Thank you very much. Have a great day, everybody. Bye, y'all.